don't come near us. We'll hit 250. Then we got boom, boom, Bolt and Chahar. Make some noise for the MI boys. Roll, Jacks, Tilak, Sky.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Hit Cricket, your source for cricket analysis, commentary, and fun. I'm your host, Sean, joined by two cricket fanatics, Rahul and Nanish. Today, we're going to be talking about Mumbai Indians and how their IPL auction went, and whether they built a strong side. And to me, there's no doubt that they did. They went into the auction with a pretty low budget, but I think they fixed one of their key issues last year, which was their fast bowling, aside from Bumrah. He had no help at all. And I think they really got him some good help in Trent Boult, Deepak Chahar, and one of the most up and coming players in cricket today, Ala Gazanfar, who I want to talk about a bit later. But Rahul, Nanish, what are your guys' thoughts? Rahul, if you want to go first.
Yeah, sure. Let's go. MI. दुनिया हिला देंगे हम team के साथ इस बार. Batters and bowlers, we got all of them stars. Retained 5 Indians who are star-studded assets. Picked up players who can rock the whole league. Don't come near us. We'll hit 250. Then we got boom, boom, Bolt and Chahar. Make some noise for the MI boys. Roll, Jacks, Tilak, Sky. We got all the power. Don't come near us. We will blow you away, MI boys. Batting power play check, bowling power play check, death overs finishing, MI boys. Every day we turn up, win by 55 runs or chasing 12 overs, MI boys. On our way to our sixth title, someone try to stop us, MI boys. That's the kind of team they've picked. I mean, this is just star-studded in every single way possible. And the only reason they ended last year itself was because of the team dynamics. And considering that all these guys decided to get retained, the likes of Rohit, Bumrah, Hardik, Sky, there's definitely a talk that would have happened between them and the coach Mahela Jayawardena as to who's going to captain, the type of prices they're going to get. And everyone agreed to being retained. So that means there's definitely a much better relationship in that team now than it was last year. And I think winning the T20 World Cup also helped everyone just come together and see everything in a bigger way as well. So I mean, these players they retained absolute gold dust. Like the likes of Rohit, Sky, Tilak, Bumrah. I mean, where else will you get this? Hardik Pandya. That's you just basically set half your team right there with all Indians. I mean, they had by far the best retentions. And look at the players they've added. The likes of Will Jacks, 5 crores, absolute steal, explosive at the top of the order. They added a guy named Robin Mins. I rate him really highly. I talked about him in our preview video where we were talking about some gems. I talked about him as one of the big batters to watch out for in this auction. Namandir, they got him back. Very solid player. Then the bowling, they've just concentrated on the overseas bowlers since they had the Indian batters. And the likes of Trent Boult, Allah Gazanfar, and Mitchell Santner, I mean, pure quality. So I think they've just complemented their side very well based on the retentions, and they seem a league above the other teams, and they just seem so strong and powerful. I don't know if there's a team that can stop this, but we'll see.
Uh, Yeah, Raho, I agree. I totally agree with you on how they have built a destructive side. Like looking at it, like on paper, it's like the best team. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they go ahead and win the trophy. It's like that strong. I mean, since the day they did their retentions, um, those five retentions itself were like, oh, you didn't expect them. You thought they were going to release Rohit. Sky didn't want to be in there, but I think after what happened with the India World Cup, everyone were okay with staying with Hardik. I think
Yeah, I mean,
team
getting
culture
all
got
those
better.
5 people itself was really good to begin with.
Hmm.
Exactly. And then they went into auction and they purchased I think 18 players, right? They and the main players too are like look at the pace attack. Starting off with Deepak Chahar and Trent Boult. I mean, I would really be unhappy if Hardik Pandya decides to open that bowling like
Right, that'll
last
be a
year. But
tragedy.
but then if Deepak Chahar and Trent Boult, like how can you even like and we didn't even talk about Bumrah. Like
Yeah.
how can you even defend, man? Like that swing is going to be insane. I'm assuming they're just going to use Bumrah for death overs or middle overs. Like And then they went on to buy Mitchell Santner, Reece Topley, and some domestic like amazing talent players like Namandir
Reese
and
Topley
Robin.
and all okay, ma, bro. But like he's a bench
No,
player only,
I'm
so
talking about like Robin Mins and Namandir for
yeah,
Indian
I mean
talent.
those raw
Oh,
talent.
what a
There
talent
might
they
be
got.
some more guys that we don't even know about yet, because Mumbai's very well known for their ability to scout talent, right? So
Yeah,
it'll be exciting to see who emerges.
one person they bought that didn't get that much hype was Bevan Jacobs, I think. I've
Mm.
recently seen how he has been improving very like what do you call it, exponentially in recent days. And we also were forgetting Will Jacks, how he just like he was the main reason RCB was able to get that a 6 game winning streak last year. And he's now with MI. Like keep on talking, man. They have so many good players.
No, yeah, their side is incredibly well rounded. They got batting strength down the board, and I think it's time to talk about the playing 11. Rahul, would you like to go first and give us yours?
Yeah, sure. So I have Rohit Sharma opening with Will Jacks. I mean, if Rohit Sharma gets back into form, that's just a devastating opening combination. Then I got Tilak Varma at three. We've seen how fantastic he's been for India at number three. And I have Surya Kumar Yadav at four. Also, I have Rohit Sharma as my captain, but I'll get to that later. So I have Surya Kumar Yadav at four, Hardik Pandya at five. Then I have Namandir at six, followed by the unproven Robin Mins at seven. I think he's a talented player. So he's someone to watch out for this year, in my opinion, if he gets the opportunity. So I have him at seven, and I have Mitchell Santner at eight, and then I have Deepak Chahar, Trent Boult, and Jasprit Bumrah at 9, 10, 11 as my pace attack, and I have Allah Ghaznfar as my impact player at number 12. So I think just the flexibility they have with an almost all Indian batting lineup except for Will Jacks gives them so much room to experiment with overseas players in the bowling department, and that's where I think the likes of Trent Boult, Santner, and Ghaznfar will benefit. Um, One of the critiques with MI has been the lack of spin that they've had over the last 3 years. They were just riding the cycle with Piyush Chawla as their lone spinner, and they tried out people like Kumar Kartikeya and Hrithik Shokeen, but the ability to play those overseas spinners, like the quality of Mitchell Santner, didn't get an opportunity at CSK, but I definitely think he'll be such a bank in Mumbai, bowling those none for 30 spells where runs leak like anything. So it'll be really crucial in continuing runs. And I have high hopes in Allah Ghazanfar. I mean, he's shown his skill for Afghanistan over the past few months, and I think he'll definitely start for MI and hopefully he can perform as intended. And that pace attack, like Nanish mentioned, Deepak Chahar, Trent Boult, Bumrah, I mean, the power play is going to be hell for the batters. Where you think you can have run scoring and get yourself off to a solid start, people will just be trying to survive in that power play and not lose 3, 4 wickets and lose the game there itself. I mean, imagine if Deepak Chahar, Trent Boult, and Jasprit Bumrah running in at you. There's no way you can think of trying to get off to 70 for no loss start, or even like you just try to fend yourself to 40 for no loss in six. And at that point in the current modern day T20 game, you're already behind. And if you have likes of Santner and Gazanfar coming in, it's gonna be hell. And also having like Deepak Chahar and both gives you more flexibility to use Bumrah in the later half of the innings. And if you have Bumrah coming in at 3 overs at the death, it's over there as well. So I just don't see a weakness in this team. Maybe one could be a even more world class spinner, but that's too nitpicky, man. This is absolutely rock solid team, by far the best team in the competition right now.
Yeah, I completely agree with you, Rahul. As for my playing 11, I actually have the exact same, but I switched the order of Namandir and Hardik Pandya because in the Syed Mushtaq Ali Trophy, I saw that Hardik Pandya was finishing incredibly well for his side. So potentially he could bat a little bit down the order or maybe just like one spot and then just go for it like he's been doing for his domestic side. So yeah, I mean, this is as good as it gets, honestly. In the power play, like you were saying, potentially you could have, like, if Hardik wants to bowl one over, maybe then one of those two guys could potentially, or like, say if you only want one Bumrah over, you could bring him in the middle overs or at the death to topple some people. If you only bowl one Bumrah over in the power play, so I mean, they have a lot of options here if Hardik does. So, and I also want to say about Allah Ghaznfar. I mean, this guy, he was incredible at the emerging Asia Cup. He took 8 wickets in 4 games. He's only 18 years old. He's a mystery spinner from Afghanistan. I mean, I was watching a lot of stuff about him leading up to this, and I he's one of the people I'm most excited to watch in this IPL season next year. So, yeah, I can't wait to see what he can do.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
MI is really good at developing talent, so we could see him rise pretty quickly.
mhm.
Yeah.
Nanish,
Yes, coming to my playing 11, it's a little bit different, but I'll start off with my opening with Rohit Sharma, and I have noticed that none of you got in Ray Colton, but I think they will go for him or Will Jacks, depending on like how they want to play. But in my order, I have Rohit Sharma, wicketkeeper as Ray Colton, and then I have Sky coming in number three, of course, and then Will Jacks, then Tilak Verma, and then Hardik Pandya as captain, and then Namandir, and Deepak Chahar, Trent Boult, Jasprit Bumrah, and Allah Ghazenford. And Robin Mins and the current Sharma have his impact. So basically, I think I just switched River Colton and Santner in both of your
mm,
lineups.
Mhm.
Just Robin Mins, I have his impact. He like if the batting collapses, for now he can just come in and like play till end row or start like hitting those sixes too. But I think in future seasons they might just put him in the playing 11. I think he still has to develop a little bit more. But yeah, like you both mentioned, the talent that Lagazenfer has, he is like that mystery spinner that every team is looking for, and we've seen that too. And then he can bat like Rashid too. Like he can bat. Don't forget. So they have that batting depth too now, and we know Deepak Chahar can bat too. So like like you said, that power play is gonna be like hell for
absolute hell. Yeah.
hell for all the better. In fact we might see football instead of cricket. Football scores instead
Yeah, I
of
mean,
cricket.
Trent Boult's the master at that. But the only
Yeah,
thing with your playing 11 is the thing is, I feel like there's batters playing out of position. That's my only thing. Like Tilak has been proven at number three for India. He's been scoring like freakish numbers at number three. And Will Jacks also came in at number three for RCB last year, and he primarily opens the batting for England or like in the 100 and those kind of competitions as well. So that's my only thing. Like they might be batting out of position. But other than that, I completely see where you come from with Ryan Rickelton. It also strengthens that middle order since you don't have that inexperience of both Namandira and Robin Mins there, which could be seen as one of the weaknesses, like the lower middle order. But that's definitely strengthened with your 11. But my only worry is the out of position,
yeah.
people batting out of position. But I don't think that should be too much of a worry. They're all quality players who can adapt.
Yes, I think from this year on they got Jay Vardhan back. I think before that, forgot his
Mark
name.
Boucher,
Boucher used to be the coach, and I don't know if they really liked him that much.
I
So
don't think they were
they've
saying.
seen like the highs in Mahela Jayawardene's coaching time. So I think they're expecting that to be back again. So let's see how that goes.
So one big question, who are y'all's captains and why? Because that's obviously one of the big talking points about this team. More than the 11 itself, who's going to lead that 11? Who's going to be the lion in front?
I mean, of course, in my opinion, since Hardik Pandya led last year, they have to keep in the trust with in him. Like
Mm,
they can't be like, oh, we're just gonna sack him from the captain, and then because the fans will be annoyed again, and my fans because they keep changing the captains year on year, and they won't have that locker room compatibility with all the other players. I think that's what one of the talking points was last year that none of them were compatible with each other until we saw how Hardik proved himself in that World Cup and all that happened, and then they everyone became friends. I think I don't think there'll be change of captaincy.
yeah, I agree with the Nonish. I think there's kind of been a shift in the discourse surrounding Hardik Pandya as well. Like, I don't know about internally, but at least externally, you see a lot of fans backing him a little bit more. And I think management would want to do the same because, like Nonish said, it was just last year where he got named captain. So I don't think moving on from him after 1 year would be a good look for them, to be honest.
Okay, I mean, I don't
Unless
see.
he's injured. Unless he's injured. I mean, we know Hardik Pandya is little injury prone, so unless he's injured, I think they won't be moving from him.
Hmm.
See, the thing is, I won't dis. I'm not displacing Hardik Pandya because he's a bad captain. He's a good captain, no doubt about that. It's just the thing is, I feel that if if there should be no ego in the side, I feel like Rohit Sharma. I'd keep Rohit Sharma as captain until he plays for Mumbai Indians, purely because of the fact that he's that leader figure that all of them would have mutual respect for, and no one would be upset if Rohit Sharma is the captain. Like that's my viewpoint on it. Because I mean, he won the T20 World Cup for India. He's current India captain, so no one can be like, why is Rohit captain and not me? Like I feel like they'll all be equally like okay, they'll all accept the fact that Rohit is captain. But if you put one of Sky, Hardik, or Bumrah as captain, then there might still be that internal struggle, which we saw last year. Now I know they all agreed for retention, and probably who knows by the time we're talking, they probably already decided a captain when they retained the players itself. But I just think Rohit Sharma as captain, he's won you 5 titles, so it was wrong to move on from him last year. I feel so. I would have never done this change to begin with, but. I'd put Rohit Sharma back as captain until he plays Rohit Sharma as captain. That's the viewpoint I'm looking at it as. Not like I'm removing someone from captaincy. I just want to have Rohit as my captain until he plays. That's my viewpoint on it. But I agree with what y'all are saying as well.
Yeah, but other than that, I think I might have just crafted a beautiful squad in my opinion, with a good mix of top class players and a good like young players that are on a right direction going forward. I think we'll in past few years, not in past few years, we haven't seen that same MI we have been seeing before that mega auction. I think this mega auction they really did good job, and I think we might be seeing that MIA back. Not gonna be surprised if they keep on winning the trophies again.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean, and
and
Dhruvan's favorite player, Trent Boult's also here. So they've just got it's a star-studded squad, and like who knows better to win trophies than MI.
So yeah, I think that's about it, right, Sean? I
yeah,
think one final thing I want to say is it just all depends on how players perform, depending on their form and stuff. So let's see how that goes.
It's whether they can set aside those differences and play as a team also. That's the what came and bit them last year. I mean, I picked them as my title winner, and then they just completely like flopped because of that whole the whole struggle of power. But quickly, before we end the episode, could we I know all you guys, based on what we've been saying, you can assume that Mumbai will be one of the qualified teams. But overall grade of the squad, I want to hear from you guys out of
I'll, I'll give
ABC.
them an A plus,
A
like
plus,
top.
A plus.
I
They're ending top two for sure. They're playing
Yeah,
qualifier one.
I gotta agree with you
yeah,
guys. I
top two.
mean,
Yeah,
there's just
for
it's
sure
hard to
qualifying.
poke holes in the side,
The
honestly.
I
only
mean, one
weakness I see
hole,
is
yeah, he's a spinner, right? Spin department, but
spin. Yeah, that Santner Gazanfar is maybe like
yeah,
not those wicket taking
but
spinners,
see, I
but
think who is this? Bumrah can also bowl little 2 overs in the middle, like because they have Chahar and Bolt opening, right? So Bumrah will bowl 2 overs in the middle, and then Trent Bolt and Bumrah, both of them can end in the death over too.
that's also
Exactly.
Bolt is not the best death bowler in the world right now. Like I mean,
I
he's
mean
going
Bumrah is so
Bumrah will be held from one side.
yeah.
We might see Hardik Pandya bowling in the death. I'm not even gonna
Oh
lie.
yeah,
Like this,
Hardik Pandya is there too. We forgot about it. Like he can bowl in the middle too.
yeah, exactly. And worst case, you can bring Karan Sharma in as well if something's not going right. He's an experienced customer. He showed for RCB that he still belongs here. I mean, he's bowled some
Yeah,
crucial spells, picked up some wickets
I
for
think there
RCB
won't
last
be
year.
any problems. Let's see though.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
the only other issue I see is with that, like on my 11, the Namandir, Robin, Min, 6 and 7, if they don't fire. But I think Emma will find a way. One of their scouted players from this year will definitely fill that void pretty easily. So
I mean,
I have
we
no
have
doubt in my
seen
mind.
Namandir play some crucial knocks in past years. So I mean, he's experienced. So I think he will take care of that. So I don't think there will be any problem. We're just
Yeah, I mean, this
overcomplicating
is
it.
an
hmm
A plus side.
Yeah,
There's not many holes you can poke into this. They don't get top two, then
I
y'all can
think
come bite us in the comment section. But
I
don't
think
lie to me that y'all think it's not a top two team.
I think this is in like I just want to say that right now that this is the team that had the best auction.
Yeah, I mean, for sure, best retentions and with the money they had, also had a
Yeah,
very
best
good auction.
retention, best auction. Yeah.
Yeah, no question, honestly. But yeah, I can't wait to watch Mumbai next year or this coming
Yeah,
IPL season.
yeah, and I'll just take a moment to announce the first ever person who became a fan of the previous year's last place finish, Mr. Sean Lawrence.
Hey, you see it here. I don't know if you
Yep,
can see it, but it's a Mumbai
yep.
Indian shirt.
They got
I'm
last place
officially a
last year.
Mumbai
Felt a
fan.
bit. They got last place last year. He felt a bit of sympathy and decided instead of being a bandwagon, I'll be the opposite. I'll hop onto the worst team and then bring them to the title.
Hey, you can't fault me. I'm picking the bottom feeder just for 1 year, but like, I believe in Mumbai this coming year. I really think they're going to be a good side. But yeah, that is the end of this auction review, and we'll see you guys next time with a different video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you guys next time.